Hello, peace and greetings. I am Bella, and this is the new True Crime Reading channel. Email's there in case you want to send me any reading requests, and so is the Cash App at Readings by Bella for the energy and the time I take to put into these cases. We want to get the information out there. We want to keep the conversation going with these folks. So please do donate. Please do send request and share the videos, like them, and subscribe. Also, check the description area because there may be like news clippings or anything that I needed to add, or the pinned comments. Thank you. Take care, guys. Hi, everybody. It's the next day, and I wanted to come back and do another reading for Gary and Miss Joycelyn Nicole Wilson, who I was mispronouncing her name. It is Miss Joycelyn. Okay, so I got a lot in this reading, and it sounds like Gary was speaking on the family situation. He was a lot more clear. I had to make more cards to help him describe exactly what was happening. There wasn't a live card in the reading, that a preliminary reading. That was not that he was alive, but that, which he could be, he could still be alive. But that card indicated that he fought for his life. That was a card in which he was trying to express that he was defending himself. I fought for my life, defended myself. So some of these cards you'll see come out that may be a bit confusing, but just stick with me, because a lot of times it's just I just don't have the appropriate card for them to express themselves, and I have to create cards to help them to express themselves, and it'll better explain the story as we go. First of all, thanks guys for coming back for this reading. This is a very it's definitely dark. It's definitely foul play. It's not the darkest I've done, but it's tragic. It's really sad, because what this really was, what it's looking like to me, was a mistaken identity. It was a case of mistaken identity. The person, I believe that the parents of the victim, it was likely the person that told the parents, that like tried to set this up and make it look like it was Gary, who impregnated their teenager. Okay, because look here: co-worker, job, student, sexual activity, grandparents organized this operation, is what it's saying. Okay, allegedly. I was murdered in one place, transported to another. My death again was an act of retaliation and revenge. My best friend. This was somebody he trusted, his co-worker he worked with at the job. Said something probably to cover his tracks, cover his ass. Told the parents, whispered something in the parents' ear. Wow, this is this is so sad to me. Indicates law enforcement cover up. My death scene was staged. When they find him, if they find him, or the death scene was in the boat, like the stuff that was in the boat, and his shoes showing up in the lake where they did, I believe that was staged, because I'm wondering if they were even on the boat to begin with. You understand? And I don't understand how nobody didn't see anything that was there. There were people out on the lake. Nobody saw anything. I think that boat was staged, period. I think there was stuff that was put in there. Either they let them get ready to get on the boat. I think they were followed there. And, as they were loading the boat, something happened. Like they were, run upon, transported. So again, death scene was staged. I was murdered in one place, transported to another. I was transported. I was baited by a father who was stalking me, was killed due to mistaken identity. the family of the victim, the family of the victim is this teenager. Grandparents were involved. This was a family affair that organized this thing and set this thing up to harm the wrong person. Again, I was a victim of a targeted attack. I faked my death came up yesterday, and I'm wondering, somewhere along the line in the attack, if he pretended to be dead, right? Because he was placed in a car trunk, says the mother tased him. He was tased. Did he pretend to be dead? Because I would have, perfectly reasonable. I would have. There's a group of people that are accosting you, threatening you. They tased him. Maybe he pretended to be dead, because I think that they harmed Joycelyn, obviously, before they took him. And they said today, I saw something today that said that there was oxygen, there was air in Miss Joycelyn's lungs. So then she didn't drown. She was dumped in the lake. That's why they're calling it a death investigation, because there was no air in her lungs. If she drowned, there would have been water in her lungs, not air. There was air in her lungs, so she was killed on land and dumped in the water. Victim knows them secrets and lies. I'm thinking this is gas station. So I put, 3 things there. Transitional spaces, right? Gas station, the mall, grocery store. I made a mistake. What was that mistake? Did he speak to somebody? Did he ask for directions? Did somebody recommend a space for him to go? Did he take the recommendation of somebody? Was that the mistake? What was the mistake? I fought for my life, defended myself, arguments, a confrontation, car trunk, I'm at peace, pregnant teenager again. The investigation by police and law enforcement was not thorough, is what he's saying, was not thorough. Maybe there were signs that there was foul play, and it was very obvious, and they're just blowing it off because they don't really care about putting too much into it. Maybe there was plenty of evidence that there was foul play, footprints, witnesses. Somebody had to see. This is crazy. So there's a good chance that, the investigation yesterday, and I didn't film this, a couple of cars came out that I didn't film. One was the mistaken identity, because I couldn't make sense of that. So I put it to the side. The other one was, cops or sheriff was involved in my disappearance. Put that to the side because of the direction that the cars were going in. Now, I'm happy to blame the cops, because a lot of cops are corrupted and evil and racist. Not all of them, obviously. I'm happy to blame them, but I didn't think that that was connected to this because of the direction that this was going in with the coworker, the student, those sort of things. So I put that to the side. Maybe what he's trying to say is that there is the lack of, professionalism or efforts, or overlooking things, intentionally is how they're contributing to his disappearance. So a miscommunication. Again, we have unfaithful. I think that this person was married, that was doing these things with this student. I think that person is married. That's what he's referring to. Black family knows them, Mid-Atlantic states. There's some significance there. I don't know if they were from there. Miss Joycelyn or Mr. Gary was from that area. Again, New York City came up again. Strangle came up several times, and I did not I left the card to the side. Because there were other things that came up too. I'll tend to do that. I'll put stuff to the side if I can't really make sense of it. Because again, you guys have to be able to understand what you're seeing and not have it this jumbled mess that you can't really make sense of. It has to make sense. So some cards end up going to the side, and that was one of them. I got the physically assaulted again. Remember I told you guys about that? That was in the first spread that I did not record. That came up Rural came up, near or close to, in the water. Body was dissolved in acid. That could also be lie. Now, instead of actual acid, sometimes you got to kind of read around the lines with these cards, because otherwise I'd have thousands of cards. So it could be lie. So yesterday, you guys remember Jackson, or not Jackson, I don't want to say Jackson, but the Panhandle in Florida came up. You have the coast, you have the beach, you have sand. Is that significant? Did they transport him out of state? And here's the bombshell. A crime was disclosed to me. I wanted to try to report the incident. A victim came to me for help. That says it all. I was murdered, male and female involved. Again, body was burned. That lie could have been what burned, because I believe lie burns the skin. That could have been it. Or, he could have been tortured and prodded with some sort of hot rod as well. But I believe that lie burns the skin. So maybe, or the acid, right? Acid, if it was actually acid. But the coast and a crime was, now remember, I believe he's a coach. So if he's coaching female students and somebody felt comfortable to come to him and say, listen, this is what's happening, or he noticed something and questioned a student, and the student disclosed to him that, well, this is going on, there's a sexual relationship between me and another teacher, and that person is Gary's superior or his boss, then, and if the boss got wind of it, he could have said something to stoke these parents. He could have said something, instigated it, and created this situation where the parents thought it was Gary to cover his behind. This is very significant. This card was killed due to mistaken identity. They're not going to find his body out there in that lake. I would be surprised if they did. I don't want to speak with absolute terms, you know what I mean? But I don't think they're going to find him there in that water. Yeah. I also, cards that I got as well that I did not put in, and that I'm not videotaping, is a son and a brother card. Niece and nephew. And I think there was an uncle and aunt maybe that I did not videotape. So if that comes up later, because to me, organized operation, this sounds like it was a family affair. Grandparents came out yesterday. So that's what I think happened. I think that his superior pointed the finger at Gary. The student reported to Gary that they were being harmed. The person found out about it, or I don't know, something was said. And could this Lake Oconee trip have been suggested by somebody that was trying to bait them and set them up? Like, oh, you should go here for the weekend. And it was this whole planned thing. Because with a pregnancy, this has been going on for a while. It was a pregnancy. This had to have been going on for a while. This sexual relationship, whatever was happening, had to have been going on for a while. So this could have been like, this organized things could have been planned for some time. The retaliation aspect. Who's retaliating? Not just the parents. It had to be somebody that thought that Gary did something wrong to them. All right, so again, this is all alleged. Now, I just took some notes and I kind of want to go over some points to focus on. I think we probably did already. So I asked, did somebody recommend this trip to them that could have been part of this whole process to set them up? Friend indicated with the attack several times, meaning it was somebody that he trusted, my best friend. And several of the layouts, friend came out. And again, no. In yesterday's spread, it said, one of the spreads, it said, no, I was the victim of a targeted attack, friend, just missing this. So we're missing the fact that the friend created this situation and made Gary the target of this attack. Retaliation, job, co-worker. I'm telling you, this is connected to his job and the situation. Student, New York City, dad, father. You know what I mean? A dad thinking he's defending his child, or he's coming to take care of the person that took advantage of his child. Cover up indicates that the situation was orchestrated by somebody else. Again, this thing with I faked my death could have been an elaborate attempt to make Gary look like he faked his death and harmed his sweetheart, which I don't think anybody would buy because they were engaged and by all accounts they were a beautiful couple. Or he could have faked his death when he was attacked. He could have pretended that he was dead and then he was later killed. He says, I was murdered. Okay. Let me just look at the other notes. Sending a lot of love to Gary and Miss Joycelyn. They've come through, given me so much information, things I never thought this case was made of. I thought, you know what I thought this was before, like, I looked into it or anything? I thought they may have been the target of some sort of racist attack, like some racist out on the lake with them, you know, on a boat that did something horrible. That's what I thought. But they may have never even been in that boat. That boat could have been, or somebody could have took it out there. There was somebody in another boat. They could have staged that. I think that's what he's saying. My death scene was staged, or the situation was staged. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, this was a very elaborate setup, very elaborate, because whoever this was knew they were going to the lake, knew what kind of boat he had. Somebody had to follow them out there. There's something that happened at the gas station or mall or a grocery store. It could be a grocery store, gas station. Or like, you know, one of those like souvenir shops. He said, I made a mistake, but what was that mistake? Something that happened there likely ended up in a car trunk. Yeah, guys, so this is what I have. I'm probably going to continue to draw cards. I don't know if I'll make another video. I may do a live on Facebook. If you are watching this on YouTube, definitely go to Facebook and like the page over there so you can get updates or follow or like it. And if you are on Facebook, please subscribe to the YouTube channel because I need to get enough subscribers in order to go live. I'd rather do these readings live instead of having to like go through the process of, you know, creating a video that takes a lot of time, and it could take an hour or two to get the video uploaded on Facebook. So I'd rather do these readings live when the information comes and it's fresh. The reason why this is significant to me is because the sooner we can get details on this situation, the sooner suspects can be like identified and like this thing could go. This thing can, you know, it doesn't need to be drawn out. I don't think anybody knew or expected this situation with a student and like it's so allegedly, you know, leadership at the school and that sort of thing. I don't think anybody, this was, I never even would have conceived of this. So, but anyway, guys, so like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel so I can go ahead and do lives, and go to Facebook and like there so you can catch the live when I go live over there. So I will see you guys in the next video. Sending much love and gratitude to Mr. Gary and Miss Joycelyn. There's an indication that I'm at peace. Sending them love and thoughts and prayers to the family. Okay, thanks guys. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.